Finally, it's coming on over. That took a minute. All right, I think we are good to go.
Hey
Hi,
y'all.
everybody. Welcome to Saturdays with Steph with Stephanie and my friend Yvette.
That's me.
We are excited to see you all today, and we're excited to start working on this new project. Oh, let me grab the pattern. We're working on Squared Up. This is the project that was in my project box, Stephanie Stitch's project box. I can't talk today, apparently.
Can't talk.
And so we decided instead of to keep on our little game of not creating new UFOs and to make the things that Yvette and I were going to go ahead and sew this because I sent her a project box and I know a lot of you received it. So we thought we'd sew it up here together. If you didn't get my project box, there's still a few available. That link is in the description box below. But if you have a layer cake sitting around at home and you want to use that, you can go grab this pattern. I also put the link to Cotton and Joy's website. They do have a PDF download. We cannot give you the cutting instructions and all that for free here because it's not our pattern, but it's not that much to go ahead and go purchase it, download it, a PDF if you want to use your own fabrics. So that said,
Yes, and actually it's a simple pattern so that if, once you make it once, if you ever have to make like a quick quilt for somebody, like, whatever, somebody's getting married, blah, 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 because it's also customizable in shape. You can like make it bigger or larger, then it's a great pattern to have because, then you'll have all the instructions to make more. And we all need something simple every once in a while.
yes,
So.
we do. And like she was saying, it is simple and it's skill leveled a beginner pattern and definitely very beginner. So if you're a beginner, this is a great one to start with. I've been called the half square triangle queen. I actually like that title. I don't mind. But for a true beginner, there's no half square triangles.
There's no half square triangles.
So this is like real easy. So we're going to work on this today. I did want to thank you, Yvette, for coming back again. It
Oh
was so much
goodness.
fun doing the
Balloonist is
dotty
asking
quilt.
me what her name is.
What's
Lois?
that?
I don't remember. Am I right? Is it Lois?
Mona.
Mona.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
Mona.
I got the number of letters right. I'm very proud of myself.
You did. You're getting closer. Mona, I promise I will drill your name into her head.
Oh no, I mean, listen, by the time we're there, I'll be good.
Yep.
Like once I start seeing the name and the face and all that helps me immensely.
It does. It does.
Before
help
that,
yeah.
it's like writing things down and
yes.
With us doing all the quilting and everything, I don't keep my notepad around here.
Yeah. No worries. Mona, yes.
She's so funny.
I know, Melissa, a quilt pattern without HSTs, right? I do love my half square triangles, but this one, like I said, I picked it because it was very beginner friendly because there are a lot of new quilters in the last couple of years since the whole,
P word,
thing.
C word, whatever you want to call it.
You know what's going on in the world. A lot of people bought sewing machines.
Melissa, see, I remember yours, Melissa.
Yeah.
Because I've been quizzed on that one a lot. We're going to get there.
You have.
Hi,
so
Pamela.
A lot of people bought sewing machines for making masks. And so there's a lot of people who's, now what do I do with it? So they're quilting, which is awesome. But we have a lot of beginners. So that's why I picked a beginner friendly pattern. So here for the fun said, I enjoy you two sewing together. Thank you. We love to sew together.
And some of the people who are beginners are like really good though.
I know. They're
amazing. Like they'll say, oh, I just started, quilting a couple years ago. And I'm like, squeeze me.
Right. I know.
You're sewing better than I am. I've been doing it for 20 years.
I know. I've seen some of their quilts and I'm like, oh my goodness, you're not a beginner. Hi, everybody. I see you all saying hi. The names are going pretty quick, so I'm not going to stop and say hi to every single person, but yes. I appreciate you all being here. And I did want to give a quick shout out to our moderators. I don't know if most of you know, but they do work really hard and they don't get paid for any of this. They're just doing it out of the goodness of their heart. So I wanted to stop for a moment and thank them. I mean, a lot of them go to almost every live out there because I see the same gals all the time. They're popping in links for us without being asked. They just do it. And so I just wanted to stop a minute and thank you all for the moderators for taking care of that for us. I feel like they don't always necessarily get enough appreciation, and sometimes people
Never.
are hard on them. So thank you.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys too from bottom of my heart. I never even asked any of you guys to do it, and you always do, and I appreciate it, really.
Yeah.
Um,
Teresa said, "What's my name?"
I know. Hi, Teresa.
Teresa, I love you to bits, girl. So
I saw that.
you're so funny, girl. Guess who Nancy said, "What's my name?" LOL.
Yeah, I know. When I saw her change it around, I'm all like, oh my goodness, what the
Yeah.
heck?
And y'all that keep changing your name, you're trying to really confuse us because
I know. If I forget your
I'm
name
better,
after that, forget it. It's your fault.
right? Like I'm pretty good at connecting names. I think maybe it's smidge better than Yvette. But when you change your
It's
name,
not
then I'm
hard.
like, when you change your name, then I'm like, wait, what?
It's not very hard to be better than me. Really.
So I just have a couple things to talk about really quick. Number one,
Okay.
tomorrow is the last day of my Beautiful Sew Along. We've got all the pieces parts made. We're just putting it together. So come on over and check that out tomorrow. I will have another sew along, but it won't be till probably the fall just because Yvette and I have some retreats coming up.
Just a couple.
So time is going to be a factor, but definitely look for those in the future. I'm excited to do the fall one. What else I got going on? I can't think of. I had something else to say and I cannot remember right now. So, do you have any announcements?
We distracted you way too much.
Oh, thank you. I just remembered actually. Next Saturday, Sean will be here and we're going to do he came up with a block that he wants to teach us how to do. So check out my channel later in the week. I'll have the details up, the fabric requirements that you need, things like that. So he'll be here next Saturday teaching us a block. And then when he's done, I think Yvette's going to come on and pop on and we're going to work on the squared up a little bit more. And then
Yep.
the following week is when you're gone, right? At class?
Yeah. Then I have a Judy Niemeyer class.
Okay.
Go figure.
So the week after that, I'll come up with a project for us to do while Yvette's gone. And if we're not finished with the squared up next week, which we may or may not be, Yvette, bless her heart, like she did better than me. She did all her homework and cut everything. I didn't.
It's a miracle. Really. It's a miracle.
So she may finish before I do. But if she doesn't, or if we
I
don't
seriously
finish,
doubt that. It doesn't
well,
even
if we don't
matter.
finish by like tomorrow or next Saturday, if we don't finish, then it'll be 2 weeks after that that we'll continue. But we're not going to leave you guys hanging. We're going to come back and finish just like we did with the Dottie
Yes,
quilt and get it all done. Because, like we said, no more UFOs.
no. Although now I have quite a bit of quilt top sitting over there waiting to be quilted.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I need to cut my backing and then I'll be ready to send them out. That's all I need to do.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, do you have any announcements? Anything you'd like to talk about with your channel or any fun stuff going on?
Not really. Not really. Same old, it's like status quo right now. I'm getting ready for stuff and I am working towards stuff, but I don't want to talk about it because I find that it's making me more anxious. So I'm just going to, when everything's ready, I'll announce it. We'll talk about it. We'll do it, all that kind of stuff. But I do have stuff in the works. I'll say that. But just enjoying sewing with you and everybody else. And yeah, that's I'm doing a very, what do I have to do next kind of life.
I hear you. I hear you. No worries. Let's see. Jeannie said, "Are you going to have another retreat in Oregon next year?" Well, we're going to Washington, not Oregon, but we will probably decide that after we make this trip. I'm excited because I've never been to I've been a lot of places in this country. When I was a little kid, my grandparents, their big thing was they didn't do presents and all that stuff, but they took us places. So I've been to a lot of this country, but I haven't been to the far Northwest or like the far Northeast, like Maine. So I'm real excited to go. And if it's as beautiful as everybody says, I'd be game to go back.
Game to go back. I'm just not sure if it's going to be next year because there are a lot of places that we would like to go. And so, we kind of will have to weigh it like that. We'll probably start coming up. We're probably going to try to look for where are the quilters because it's something that Steph and I were talking about I think later on, once we're more recognizable, like in the industry and everything. And that'll make it easier for us to book things. And until that happens, we'll probably kind of have to start concentrating on going more where the quilters are, so that we can actually get people to book. Because that's a big thing. You need to have people to book. And if people aren't doing that, then we need to kind of change our focus. And so I think I'm gonna start personally looking for, like, where are my quilting peeps? So for a while, I think we're going to be doing that kind of thing. I'm going to start looking for hubs and that kind of thing. And in the meantime, if you have a group of, like, 8 to 12 friends who want to, book with us, we'd be happy to plan one for you.
Sure.
And we can totally do that, but without having a guaranteed, attendance, we're going to have to go elsewhere so that we can be where the people are who are booking retreats. So
yes,
that's what we're doing coming up. But yeah, I mean, she and I'm personally, I'm all like, when are we going to Europe? And Steph's all like, put on the brakes, please.
Yeah, because to get like our airfare covered and all that would be a really expensive retreat.
It would.
So maybe not yet.
Yeah,
but we're looking at
anyways,
places that I think Yvette, what she's saying is we're trying to look in places that we know you guys would want to go to, like quilting destinations like Missouri Star and like area and like Lancaster, PA, and places where there's a lot of like either quilt shops, like destinations for quilters, or a concentration of quilters. Because we've looked in other places and there's just no quilter, like places that we thought, oh, this would be nice to go to, but there's not really quilters and we need to fill the spots or we can't.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's just a fact of life. If both of us were like independently wealthy, and we would just go.
We go everywhere.
Right? We'd be like, forget this, we're just going. But we need to make it a business, and that's just the bottom line. And I know you guys understand that. Everybody understands that. We all, have to make money. That's what we have to do. And so we're gonna be, banging away at all of that, and trying to find better places, because it'll also give us a better word of mouth, and it'll give us if we get more testimonials and stuff like that, that'll really help us out too. So
definitely.
But we're definitely planning stuff.
Lisa Wagner said, or a cruise. That would be amazing, but unfortunately cruises right now require a vaccination, and there's some of us that due to medical reasons can't take it, and there's no opt out. So yeah, but it is what it is.
Mona. Crazy gooter.
Yes, Shannon, there will be an email very soon. Actually, I was just talking to Yvette on Marco Polo the other day about this, an email to Camano Island folks, probably about a month before, which is coming up here real soon.
I know, right?
We'll some additional information of things that you might want to bring, things like that. We'll give you, I will also attach, it's on our website, but I will also attach a PDF of suggested things to bring. Yvette and I've got a little bit of a extra surprise project.
Yeah, so that's going to require you to bring a little bit of fabric.
To do that with us,
we'll tell you what it is.
Like the requirements that you need, things like that. So that will be coming out real soon. And then a few days before, I'll send out another email with the time that you'll want to arrive and things like that. That may end up being fluid depending on, we're going to set a certain time, but I'll need everybody's phone number to text in case I've been watching the news. I'm sure all of you have too. And I've seen that planes have been delayed and canceled and this and that. And I'm getting a little bit nervous about that since both of us are flying clear across the country.
Yes.
So
me furthest.
Yeah, Yvette the furthest. And so I'm getting a little bit nervous so I'm getting send out an email requesting everybody's phone number, a texting number in case for some reason one of us gets delayed or stuck, because if we're not there to open up the retreat center, you guys can't get in.
Right.
So
very true.
Yeah. So hopefully,
fingers crossed, nothing like that happens.
Yes. Pray for us that our flights are not delayed, that they're not canceled. Oh, That's the scary part right now because there's been so many. Yeah. Is there a scholarship available? There was a scholarship for the Millersburg retreat. That's the only one that we currently have a scholarship for. That scholarship was handed out, and that retreat is full. That one is our largest retreat, and it filled up, which is awesome.
Yep.
We have one spot for PA left, and we have a few spots for Georgia, and then we've got a bunch for Florida. So if you're interested in any of those locations, definitely reach out. Go Together We Sew quiltretreats.com, or reach out to Yvette or I, and we'll answer any questions you have. So yeah, we'd love to see you there.
And we do actually have a couple of spots left in Washington too, if you want to come. Even though it's kind of late notice, you could still do it. You would just have to pay the entire amount up front because we're trying to get them booked really far out so that the longer the amount of time is that between when you book and when the retreat is, we can space out your payments so that it's comfortable for you and not, too much pressure. And yeah, we're going to definitely, that's why we're trying to do them really early. So it's really great right now. If you want to book the one for Georgia or the one for Florida, that's really great because there's plenty of time that Steph can spread out the payment for you. You just need to email her. You won't be able to do that on the website.
No, we can't figure out how to. I'm sure there's a way, and I'm just not tech savvy enough, but we can't figure out a way to put a payment button and a payment plan button. So
well, and right now, I mean, even though it's a little bit more work for Steph, she can customize it a little bit right now for you so that if you're like, hey, I can only afford X amount every like couple weeks or every month, she can do that, if we go to, once we finally figure out how to do it on the website, we may not be able to be that,
Right. That's the other thing. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. So,
but we're definitely willing to work with anybody.
Yeah. Especially like she was saying, if it's far enough ahead, and that's why we're trying to give you guys the dates so far ahead, so that way you can spread it out. Because we know, like, not everybody has this much money to slam down right now. I don't. I have 4 children.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's why we're doing the plans. So
yeah. So Here for the Fun said, how many completed quilt tops are allowed before insisting not to start another project? Well, I'm not sure, but I've got 19 to quilt right now of my own. So
listen, I have things that are like smack in the middle. I have things that are in the beginning still. I have some that are ready to quilt as long as I have a backing. I got like, so I don't know. We're all talk and no action is our problem because we say, that's it. We're not starting anything else.
Yeah.
And then it's like next week, we're starting something new.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Jonah Crutchfield. Hello. She says hello from hot Grand Junction, Colorado. I haven't seen you here for a while. Good to see you.
Hello.
Okay.
All right. I guess now we have to
in August, Shelley said, at least in August, there aren't many weather delays in Washington. That's good, but like I
don't
said,
think it's the weather that's been a problem lately. It's they don't have enough staff, and that's been the biggest problem. So hopefully it's all good.
I know.
Teresa, didn't you have 21?
What airline are you flying? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Oh, because I check everything. It might be American.
Oh, okay.
No, I know, and the personally, I have flown American the most, and I have never had an issue. But that doesn't mean anything. I mean, it only takes probably one employee to be either late or not there, or wait. I mean, I don't know. And then like there's this whole tumbleweed thing that happens. It starts, changing everything.
Yeah, Shelley said, can we come a day early? I cannot because I have to consider my kids and my husband's schedule. So
well, I've already got my tickets, so I can't. I mean, no, they wouldn't. You'd have to pay to change, and no, I don't have the money for that. And so we, it's interesting because a lot of things factor in also to when Steph and I are booking our tickets, because even once the retreat is over, it's not really over for us because, we got to leave the cleanup and stuff. Those are just normal things. And so I think for the Washington one, didn't we have to like leave a day later?
Yeah,
we're
the
leaving on
last
Monday
flight out,
instead of-
because we're going West Coast to East Coast.
and because I'm going all the way across, it's
right. But even
it's-
for me too, because we're both going West Coast to East Coast.
yeah.
The latest flight of the day was only like a half hour from when we're done at the retreat, and it's an hour and a half to the airport with no traffic. So yeah, so we both had to stay over as it is. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to get home that night, of course, because I want to get
I mean,
but yeah, so I'm taking the first flight out Monday morning, so it's just, it is what it is,
yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Math Geek. I appreciate that. Shelly said, just release the keys to me and we'll get started without you, LOL. Y'all are funny.
We have a lot of sitting up to do for y'all. It's not just open the door.
Yeah.
We got to make everything special for everybody.
I
know. Melissa says, Shelly, are you going to clean up too?
If they want to clean up for us and we can just leave them, that's fine. No.
Oh my goodness. We're so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Crack on me up.
All right. You want to get started sewing?
I guess we'll get started. Okay.
It's been fun chatting though.
Oh, yeah.
But
all right. So it looks like we're just taking one of these little skinny pieces and we're putting it between the other pieces, right? So it'll be like the big one, a little 1 inch skinny one of the smaller ones, a skinny one, and one of the smaller ones, right? So we're using 2 of these guys and 3 of these per square. 1 big one and 2 small ones.
Pamela said, if we get stuck in Florida, we can stay there. Yay.
Oh, you got a deal, Pamela. You got a deal.
Yeah, so basically we cut this layer cake piece apart and we're going to put it back together, but with other fabric.
But with the, with the little skinny pieces in between each one. That's what we're doing, right? All right.
Laura said the flights I scheduled for Georgia have been changed 3 times and it's 7 months away. Wow. Yeah.
Listen, mine have been changed already too, and Stephanie's too, I think, because she and I were talking about, since we're both having to fly and we're having to rent a car, it's like mine got changed so much that we're thinking she'll be able to like get the car, go do some like the shopping we have to do, and then come back and pick me up because of how the stupid flights are now. And that's not how we planned it. So
no, originally you were supposed to get in I think 11:30 or something.
Yeah.
And I was getting in at 10:30. Now I'm getting in at almost 11. So mine didn't change that much, but you don't get in until like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, mine was ridiculous how it changed.
Yeah, so, it changed a lot. And we're supposed to be up there at like 2 or 2:30. So we're barely going to make it up there in time.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll probably be a little bit late, but I can pick up the car and, like you said, do the shopping. So
yeah.
Holly said,
I'm okay. It's just kind of frustrating.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll make it work.
We will.
Melissa said, oh, has that changed your prices too? I think when the airlines change your flight, it doesn't change your price.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Because we've already paid for whatever they change to.
Yeah.
We don't have to pay, but it's not very convenient. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Scooch a little bit.
Hey, sassy Steph.
I'm trying to like adjust the cat so that I can have my fabric just go down the back, but I don't think it's going to work. We're going to have to well, I'll work with it. We'll see if we can get it to go here.
That was funny. I'm trying to adjust the cat.
I might have to manipulate it a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Mona volunteered to help clean up.
Excellent.
Y'all are so sweet.
We would totally never ask anyone to do that. It's very sweet for you to say that.
Okay, so for those of you coming that do live up there, how bad is the traffic from Seattle to Kamano Island? That is a big question in my mind. Did you gals starch those skinny strips? I'm not sure how hard it would be to sew and press those seams. I'm watching to see how you handle it. You can starch them if you like.
I starched mine before I cut them.
Yeah.
And I put them through the action.
And I'm going to use magic juice to help too.
I think it's probably going to depend on how quickly I want to finish. Do I magic juice anything? Honestly, I just.
Yeah, it does slow you down.
That will, because it will slow you down a little bit. And so it depends. That's what I'm going to say. It depends.
Seattle traffic is horrible. That's what I was afraid of. Is it horrible going north like that? Aw. Priscilla said her cat is sitting on the arm of a chair waiting for a jelly bean sighting. That's cute.
Well, he's sleeping right now, but you never know. He could wake up.
He can just wake up and pop up at any time.
Anytime.
I've seen it happen.
Once he starts deciding his tummy's rumbling, that'll do it too.
Yep.
Go down there. It'll go.
It can get busy in the afternoon due to Boeing and rush hour. Okay. I kind of had that feeling. That's why I was a little bit disappointed when I heard Yvette's flight was coming in later, because I was like, oh man, I bet it's gonna get us.
I know. I hope we can get there before that traffic.
Yeah.
You know.
You best just get off that airplane and run. No, I'm just kidding.
No worries.
I'll have the car door open. You could just jump in.
I'll just beat everyone with my sewing machine.
Get out of my way. Do we like fresh strawberries? I love fresh strawberries, Pamela.
As long as they're sweet, I like them.
Sadly, fresh strawberry season has ended in Ohio. I think between Sarah and I and our youngest little guy who loves strawberries, we probably ate, I can't even tell you, lots. We picked 4 quarts, and then we purchased some from the farm market when we ran out of that, probably 3 more quarts. So we ate a lot of strawberries.
You know, it's interesting, but like every time you get like the fruit baskets from Edible Arrangements, like the strawberries are always amazing. But it's like when I get them at the grocery store, it's like hit or miss, because if they're like not sweet, I can't eat them because they taste too much like melon, and I hate melon. So yeah.
Shelly Clark said there's no before traffic. It's bad all the time. Okay, so
Oh,
that
that's
reminds me
lovely.
of
That's lovely.
Phoenix. When I lived in Phoenix, it was like that. It was just bad all the time. It didn't matter what time of day it was, so except late at night, but oh, peak strawberry season is when you'll be in Florida. Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yay. I always love fresh strawberries much better than things that have been shipped in. They taste so much better. Mona said she can't wait to get some huckleberries when I get to Washington. Oh, Sarah was just asking you about huckleberries because we can't find them here. And she asked me where we can get some, and I said, I have no idea. So that's interesting. I didn't know that they had them up there.
I had no idea that was a real thing.
Math Geek said, I think I have Stockholm syndrome with respect to the traffic. It's better than it was before the pandemic, but still bad. Aw. That was the one goodest side effect in our area is that since all that global stuff, a lot of companies realize that their people can work from home, so the traffic hasn't gotten as bad as it used to be. Phoenix traffic is worse than Seattle. Okay, well that's good to know because I drove in Phoenix, so I can drive in Seattle then. I lived in Mesa for you, those of you who lived in Arizona, and worked in downtown Phoenix, so I drove to work in it and home every day. I've even seen it bad at 3 or 4 a.m. on my way to the airport. Oh wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a good point, MJ. MJ said, I always think it's kind of funny. We obsess about getting our seams flat, but we want our quilts to be all nice and poofy. Well, this stuff
I
gets
want
them
them to be poofy after I'm done.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this stuff gets them flat while we're doing it, so they'll fit together better. But then after you wash it, it can go poof.
Yes, that's exactly it. It's because it's whenever you're trying to put things together, if your seams are nice and flat, it makes it a whole lot easier to match the seams. That's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely once I'm done with it, I do want it to be nice and poofy.
Oh yeah. Della said I use Cool Whip with my strawberries. Yum. Besides sewing, Sarah really, really likes to bake, and she likes to make homemade whipped cream. So that's the best with strawberries. Yum. Anne Marie said, I agree. Phoenix traffic is horrible. Yeah.
We can all agree.
It was bad. I used to drive, I think it was about 15 or 16 miles to work. And some days, depending on how bad it was, because it wasn't like if there was an accident, it was like, when is the accident and are you behind it or in front of it? Because there was like an accident almost every day on the freeway out there. But it was either if there was no accident or you were in front of the accident, it took about an hour and 10, hour and 15 to get to work. And if you were behind an accident, there was times it took me an hour and a half, hour 45. It was horrible to go 15 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was in Tucson, but I didn't even have a car, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I walked or rode a bike.
Gotcha. So you got pretty hot some days.
Some days.
Yeah. Well, let me rephrase
Yeah,
that. Since it's
rephrase
Arizona,
that.
95% of the days.
Especially for me, because I sweat enough for 10 people.
Yeah. Nita said there aren't any matching seams in this pattern, are there? No. Nope. That's the really cool thing. Nothing really
Yep.
to match.
Nothing to match.
That's why it's very beginner friendly.
We'll
Yeah.
make it as crazy as we want.
Crafting with Lisa
rippers
Marie
away.
said, crafting with Lisa Marie's here, and she said, traffic, come to New York. It's insane. I know. My husband's family lives on Long Island, Islip, I think it's called. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we've been there. It's a nightmare. Anne Marie said, have to be careful with all the wrong way drivers now. It's crazy. All on ramps are full on confusing. Yes. When I was coming home when I lived out there, when I was coming home from work one night, I actually encountered a wrong way driver, and it was kind of sad. It was a little old lady who probably shouldn't have been driving, and she was coming right at me. And luckily there wasn't a ton of traffic because I was kind of on, for you who live in Phoenix, the outer loop of the 202. And I called the police because she was on the wrong way of the freeway coming towards me. Oh and goodness. I never heard what happened, but I didn't hear of a crash or anything. So hopefully they got her off the freeway. But yeah, there was a lot of wrong way drivers out there.
And that's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there is, and I'm not saying they're all elderly people, but there's a lot of snowbirds out there. So there's a lot of older people, you know. So I just was like, I could avoid her, but I was more afraid for her that, you know, somebody wouldn't see her. And
yeah.
oh, Marla said her sister has lived in the West Valley of Phoenix for almost 6 years and still won't drive on the 10. Yeah. Kind of crazy out there.
I don't know. I don't think that the 10 is the worst part, though, to be honest.
No, I don't either.
Because it's that loop they put in. And listen, it's helped. Don't get me wrong, I get that, but it's too confusing for people if they're not, you know, there's so many interchanges there.
Yeah. That's so true.
And if you're not familiar, you know, that's the thing. You'll have like the people who, like you said, are snowbirds, so they're not there all the time. And if by the time they've come back, now this has changed and that's there, and it just gets confusing for people just because they're not used to it.
Yeah. Balloonist said, Yvette, Tucson traffic has gotten a little worse because of all the road work. And she said, what is my name? This is your test. This is a test.
It's Mona. I remember. Now I'm never going to forget why. She's been very helpful right now.
So funny. She's just trying to help you, like, you know.
No, it's very helpful. You're not offending me whatsoever. It's very helpful.
Vicky Thatcher said, ones of you going to the Millersburg retreat, got to go into Berlin. Awesome place and have several nice quilt shops. Yes, Vicky, we did that this past year when we went to Millersburg. A bunch of ladies went out to the quilt shops while Yvette and I set up everything, and yeah, a lot of fun. Marla said those snowbirds need to stick to their gated communities with their golf carts. Yes. My grandparents,
I have to tell you, they probably wish they could.
Yeah. No, my grandparents lived in one of those before they passed out there, and they pretty much did stay except for when they came to visit like us on the east side. They lived on the far northwest side. And even then, my grandfather probably should not have been driving. So, but they had a small, just little retirement house, so they couldn't fit like the whole family for like holidays and stuff. So they had to come out.
Yeah, and I'm sure your grandfather's definitely not the only one who can't be told that he shouldn't be driving.
Oh no. And one time he scared the bejeezers out of us. He offered to take me and forget who else. I think it might have been my mom. We were going somewhere and to the airport. Well, the airport in Phoenix, for any of you who have been there know this, but for you who don't, you can make a full loop all the way around the airport. You just keep going, making loops, right?
Right.
And there's different terminals, and you have to pull into the one where your airline's at. So if you miss it, you just go around the loop and hit the other, hit it again. Well, my grandfather missed it like 3 times in a row, and my mom was like yelling at him because she's a yeller, unfortunately. Anyway, so he finally was like upset because he was getting yelled at. And so instead of going around the loop again, he just stopped right there, backed up to go back to the exit for that terminal. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
That's the point where I was like, I don't think Grandpa should be driving anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And Sky Harbor is a very busy airport, so that was not a good thing to do. Thought we were gonna die that day.
Hey Kim, I see you there. And I forgot to say hi to Lisa. So hello, Lisa.
My very first retreat is the 23 Millersburg. I'm stoked. Yay! Awesome. We are too. We're excited to go back there.
Oh yeah. We had a great time there.
Oh yeah. Let's see. No, I probably missed some things. Let me go back a little bit. Oh, don't tell us the Tampa driving is bad. We're going there too.
It probably is.
Oh, that's cold. Hi, Stephanie Vet. Just woke up in Brisbane. It's 7C at the moment. Oof.
Nice. I'll be there. I'm happy to be there.
Bush Airport in Houston is like that. Also, one of the easiest airports I've been to get in and out of. Aw. Patty said, anybody remember the room mothers you had in grade school? They always set up for holiday parties. Steph and Yvette remind me of the room mothers. That's cute.
Except we're allowed to teach too.
Yeah.
Yay.
And we like to. So that's
yes.
fun. Patty said, well, that gave her something to yell about. Well, that's true, but she was a yeller in general.
It doesn't sound like she needed much provocation there.
No.
Yeah.
Poor Grandpa. Patty said, so are you planning retreats with challenging road conditions on purpose? Apparently.
Yes, we're a magnet, apparently.
I think from now on, we'll just call people. You live in that area. Are the roads bad? Because if they are, we're not coming. Celie, you never heard of a room mother?
Hi, Patty. We never had room mothers either. I mean, I know what you're talking about. I can,
Yeah.
put two and two together, but we never had that either.
Oh, okay.
Growing up.
You
Yeah.
did. They were always the ones that did all the kids' birthdays with the cupcakes. Of course, now they can't do that anymore in schools, but they did all that and they decorate the rooms for the holidays and they would go on the field trips with the class and stuff like that.
Sounds like a great job.
Yeah. If my kids were in public school, I'd totally be a room mother.
I'd be a room mother and I don't even need kids. Get to plan birthdays and go on field trips. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
I know. I remember room mothers. I was one a few times. It's a more thankless job than a moderator. Aw. Yeah, but I think like kids, once they grow up and they think about it now, just like we're talking about it, they'll remember and be like, oh yeah, those nice ladies who did that,
The ones we treated like crap.
Let's see. Patty said for the 2024 retreat, you should have it so you have to take a ferry across hazardous water crossing and stay on an island. Okay.
Okay.
We could go to Kelly's Island here in Lake Erie. You have to take a ferry and there's some it's not super hazardous though, unless you get a
I was waiting for the hazardous part.
Yeah, unless you get a stormy day. Well, actually, there's a small craft advisory today, so maybe today might be a little bit more interesting. Oh, that would be fun. A retreat on Kelly's Island.
Ooh, hello.
Hi, Kim, the stay-at-home quilter. Trying to read the chat every now and then. I keep forgetting. Oh, Crafting with Lisa Marie said that they called them class moms.
Oh, cool.
Retreat on Kelly's or Marblehead Island. Yeah, Tamala, I don't think there's anything up on Marblehead that would work for a retreat center, but I know there is a retreat center on Marblehead or on Kelly's Island. It's not set up for like quilting retreats, but I know they have like Girl Scout things and Boy Scout things and other types of things up there. So that might work.
I love Block Island. I've been there a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Joyce, do you live in Connecticut or Rhode Island?
That would be fun.
Somewhere in the vicinity. There's not like I mean there is accommodation. I just think that it would be kind of expensive. I don't know. We'd have to see what the you get people out there.
Hi, Remo JS. How you doing? I would be down for any island, guys. I know, right? I grew up on the water.
Joyce lives in Connecticut.
Yeah, so that would definitely appeals to me for sure. Yes, so we're putting a small strip on the wider piece, and I can't give you the sizes, I'm sorry, because it's the pattern. And then we're putting a small strip on these pieces, and then we're going to sew eventually these all together.
You only put one on one of those pieces, right?
One on the larger piece and one on the
on
smaller.
One of the smaller pieces,
Yeah,
right?
one of the
Yeah,
smaller
okay.
pieces. Yeah. And then we're gonna sew them all together. I did like several of them, like put the pieces on. So I'm gonna sew one together now, so I can show you all what it's gonna look like.
Oh, good, because I'm just doing a whole bunch of chains. I haven't put anything together.
Yeah, I was too, but I decided I should probably stop and like show them what one's gonna look like.
Excellent. That means I don't have to. Yay!
Just for those sewing along, that they're not confused. Oh, Vicky, you loved it.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Vicky lived in Marblehead for several years. She loved the islands. Vicky, then you know Kelly's and Put-in-Bay really well. My husband and I got engaged on Kelly's Island, so I love the island.
Let's see. Remo JS says, on your website, Yvette, seeing what else I need. Need for what?
I think stuff to buy.
Oh, that website. I always think YouTube for some reason.
Oh.
I think that's because it's my OJ. That's why, or whatever you call that. Oh,
yeah.
Is it OJ? Oh, something. I don't know. Y'all know what I'm saying.
There are lots of ferry locations in Washington on Puget Sound. Awesome.
I love taking ferries.
I love ferries. I love them. You guys go to Kelly's Island in Marblehead. I'll go to wineries at Put-in-Bay. Marla, you crack me up. We can take the jet over to Put-in-Bay from Kelly's for like a few hours and go to the winery and then get it back.
Instead of renting a car, we'll just rent a jet ski.
Yeah.
We'll just jet ski everybody over.
There's a boat called the Jet Express that goes between the islands. And it's a lot faster. There's a ferry too, but it goes a lot faster than the ferry. So we can just take that across.
It's really funny. I remember whenever Jim and I went to Malaysia, and we stayed at like this little, like, I don't even know what you would call it. Anyways, they basically like throw you off a boat. Like you have to take a boat over to this, because it's like on some part of an island, or I don't know if it's an island or if it was just around the other side of the coast or whatever. So they're all like, all right, we're going to get you out here. And I'm all like, I'm sorry, what? And you have like your luggage, and you're like,
hope you brought it waterproof luggage.
It was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Kim said, hi, Steph, do you homeschool your kiddos? I watch Erica Arndt and she makes me feel like I could do it, but then I come back to reality. Yes, we homeschool our kiddos. We only have 2 in school right now, our oldest 2. Our next one coming up, he's going to be starting kindergarten work this fall, but he's a little bit different. He's autistic, so he'll have different learning than our other kids, and the way we have to teach him is a little bit different. So this next year is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. The other 2 were easier. But it's not bad. I mean, I really like it. And our youngest, I think, is going to be like the oldest 2. So it's going to be a little bit easier with him too. So. Oh, wow, that's cool. Shelley Clark said, I live in wine country now. My sister-in-law is the head winemaker for a winery. Awesome.
Wow.
Girl, Marla said she's never been to Marblehead, Kelly's, or Put-in-Bay. You're going to come up here and we're going to go because you have got to go there. You lived in Ohio your entire life and never been to the islands. You're going, girl. Vicky said, Quilt and Creations in South Amherst was the one that taught me to quilt. World is small. Vicky, where do you live now? Do you still live in Ohio? Quilts and Creations is closing. I don't know if you heard that. She may be closed already. I'm not sure, but she's retiring. But Quilts and Creations is about 10 minutes from me.
Yes, Kim, it was really fun.
Oh, that sounds really cool. I just read her comment. Yeah. Aw. Pamela said the hardest thing about homeschooling is when you graduate your last child, you feel lost. I can imagine. Although the upside is I have this fun hobby that I'll have more time for. I had to homeschool my grandchildren when they closed schools for the pandemic. Glad they're back at proper school.
It's not for everybody, that's for sure.
No, no. And
Yeah.
there's days where it's not for me and we're still doing it. There's days I've asked my husband, why are we doing this? But in the long run, you know,
Well,
we feel good
there's
about it.
probably loads of teachers who feel that way. I mean,
Oh,
it's just,
yeah.
everybody has days like that for anything.
Oh,
that
yeah.
they're doing,
Yeah. We have friends that are teachers in the public schools around here, and they're like, yeah, you're smart to be homeschooling your kid. So, oh,
Hello.
they said they can only see me from the chin up, so I'm trying to fix that. There we go. Hopefully that's better. I was not really looking at the view, so I didn't realize that. Hillsborough, Ohio. Okay.
What happened?
Vicky said she lives in Hillsborough, Ohio. She's more south now.
Oh.
She used to live up here by the lake. Oh, yeah, Anita. She said, my youngest thought that his education was lacking because he was homeschooled through high school, he has come to realize that he got a better education. Homeschool's not for the faint of heart. Yeah.
Miss Seeley said, I wish there was a public school I could send my cats during the day so I'd get more done.
That's funny. I think JB needs that school too.
Oh my goodness. I think I need to start making like vet appointments for them, just regular ones, because like I think during the pandemic they just stopped having them unless you had like an emergency or something. And then
Yeah.
And now it's like I'm just kind of out of the habit of even taking them to the vet. Of course, I'm out of the habit of taking myself to the doctor. So, it's like just trying to get back in the swing of everything. And I need to start going. And I think I need to talk to them about, I think JB might have like some anxiety or something. I'm not sure, but
yeah, you were telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that Echo does for sure. I think he needs some anxiety meds.
Shelly Clark said she homeschooled her oldest for high school. Gave them more flexibility with the piano, but the youngest was not as motivated and did better in public school. That's cool.
Yeah, sometimes she's right. Sometimes it's better like per kid to decide, but that's cool.
Whew. Hi, LD.
Hello. Love living along the lake. I missed it when I moved away. That's why I came back up north. Yeah. Tamala, that's one thing that I completely missed when we moved to Arizona for a little bit. I missed the lake. I grew up on the lake, so it's hard to move away from it. Marla said, my sister and niece are going to a cat cafe today in Alliance, Ohio. I haven't heard yet how it was. They both love cats. All right. I've seen those, but I haven't been to one, but I've seen those. Okay, so this is what one block is going to look like when you've got it cut apart and put back together.
Nice.
Yeah, so really, really simple, as you can see. So if you're a beginner, you definitely can do this.
Oh, yeah.
Put that guy up there. So I think, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to make 30 of these blocks to make this quilt. So we're just going to keep chugging along.
Everybody's saying hello.
Yeah. A few more people coming in. Hey, y'all. My mouse went haywire. Oh. That's no good.
Marla just finished putting row 6 together with the sashing. Now she has to sew strips together to put in between the rows.
Oh my goodness, you're fast, girl.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, is Nita here? Yep, she's here.
Oh, yeah. Sashings. Are you going to do yours in color, or are you just going to make it mixed up random?
Well, I have no idea. And you know me, I'm going to have to get like 40 votes.
I was looking at the pattern because like one of them's kind of, they show different quilts and one of them's kind of ombre.
Well, I liked this one.
Yeah, that rainbowy one. That's pretty.
Yeah. I just don't know if we have enough of some of the colors to be able to do something like, I don't know, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But
No,
I do
I
like
agree with you.
that
I'm
way.
not sure if we do either. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably try to do that and we'll see how it looks and everything.
Yeah.
I usually have to like lay it all out and see it before I can make a decision.
Yeah. Hey, Angela. Oh, Kay said she starts her
Oh,
new job.
Nita says, I've been here the whole time. Sorry, Nita.
Kay said she's starting her new job on Monday. She's going to teach first grade.
Oh my goodness. Marla says she started the quilt last week, not today.
Oh.
You should have just let us be in awe.
We just thought that you were like super fast. I thought I was going to have to get you a t-shirt that said Super Marla.
You probably could anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you wanted to.
She makes some amazing stuff. Oh, Marla said she mixed hers up all scrappy. So.
Oh, cool. I can't wait to see everybody's.
I know. If you guys are on Facebook or Instagram, if as you finish these, we'd love to see them because obviously, depending on where you put them in the quilt, they're all going to look different.
Yeah.
So post up a picture and tag us both. We'd love to see them.
Even if you're using a different fabric, I'd like to see that too.
Yeah, definitely. That was why I was kind of intrigued by this pattern because when I looked at it, and then I went to their website and looked at, they have so many variations, and they all look different depending on what the fabric you choose.
Yeah. Marla says she finished her dotty quilt. She's deciding if she wants a border and she doesn't have a backing.
Okay. Cool. I'm looking forward to getting it quilted.
Oh, I want to get all of my stuff quilted. I want it to be done so I can just bind it and it's done. Start using it.
Denise said, can you do a picture-in-picture so we can see the construction of the block? I do not have that technology. I'm sorry. Oh, I like this one.
Yes, that's lovely.
So I don't have a second camera, you guys, so I can't have it showing that. And anyway, but you're just taking this bigger piece and you're attaching the skinny piece to it, and then attach the skinny piece to this smaller piece, and then put the smaller piece onto that. So you basically cut the layer cake up and put two strips in between and put it back together.
Yep.
Real easy. It's hard to I want to say the sizes, but I can't because it's not my pattern, so I can't give it all away.
You could probably just make up whatever you want, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
you
I
could
think
cut
actually
the
this could
pieces
be.
up to whatever you want and attach stuff and make it
Well, I was
whatever
gonna
size you
say,
want.
you know, these two pieces, how they're the same size. I think you could actually cut all three pieces a different size, and that would be really interesting too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm running out of magic juice.
Uh-oh. Say it isn't so. We didn't talk about how long we were going to sew.
Oh, well, it's 6:15 now. Do you want to go to 7?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sounds good.
I just thought we should have a plan. That's all.
They'll probably be tired of us by then.
I'm sure.
No, that works because the kiddos will probably come home from the park by then and
Yeah.
be hungry, so I'll have to get them dinner. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you what size the quilt finishes. That's not a problem. There's actually this quilt pattern. If you grab the pattern, there's 4 different sizes you can make, and of course it's dependent on how many 10-inch squares you use. But this one that we're doing in particular is 60 by 71. So a good throw size, but they've got a baby size, a twin, and a queen size on here. So if you've got 2 matching layer cakes, you could make a twin or a queen, or even if you have like layer cake scraps, like from multiple layer cakes, you can make a really scrappy one. That'd be cute too.
Yep. And probably
Thanks,
if you
Steph.
wanted to,
Sorry, what?
that's okay. If you wanted to make it bigger, and you didn't have 2 of the same layer cakes, a lot of times, if you just have 2 layer cakes from like the same designer or like both from Riley Blake, a lot of the Riley Blake fabrics will tend to sort of like blend together.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just find stuff that'll blend together real easy, and you could do it that way too. It doesn't necessarily have to be.
Oh,
Like
definitely.
you know.
Yep. Like we're using Seashore Drive by Sherry and Chelsea because that's what was in my project box. But like their Balboa collection matches this collection perfectly. So
Yeah.
yeah, you could easily mix those two.
Or even if you had solids to go with, you could have some prints and some solids. I mean, there's like,
Yeah.
sky's the limit, really.
Oh, you're welcome, Denise. Thanks for understanding. I wish I had 2 cameras where I could do that, but I don't. I'm low tech, guys.
I
I'm
have
lucky
2
that I-
cameras. I just don't know how to get it to go together. I've tried
Right.
for so long, and I think I'm just an idiot. And it finally got to be where I told myself, you know what, this is just too hard. We're gonna have to figure out something else. I
I did it one time on one of my lives because my husband did like something on my phone and then on my webcam, and he was here to do it because he's the techie one in the family. And it was so much work, and I kept bumping the one camera that was like down on my hands. I'm like, I can't. It was give me more anxiety than it was worth.
Right.
So. Now, when I do my sew-alongs, you guys know that have been doing the sew-alongs with me. I'll talk to you guys, and then I move the camera so you can see what my hands are doing. You just don't see my face, but I'll talk as I'm sewing. But that's what I have to do right now, and I'd rather look at Yvette than look at my hands. So, you know, if this was like a more difficult thing and it was my pattern and I was showing you guys, I would definitely figure out a way to do it. But since it's not my pattern and it's not super difficult, I think for this time it's okay. I'm not a big fan of technology. Like, I would be cool with still having a regular old phone instead of like, smartphone. Ooh, Panera has been delivered. Yummy, Pamela.
Hi, Pamela.
Del Marie, I'm pressing to the dark and it seems to be working pretty good. Like I said, I'm using the magic juice. If you think it's getting too thick, you could press open, but I don't think it's necessary. I think it's working out pretty good. Have you put any together yet?
Nope. I got a big pile of fabric on the floor.
So you're chain piecing all of them?
Well, I was going to chain piece until I ran out of the little thin creamy ones.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because I just cut my entire layer cake.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about, maybe making mine slightly bigger. It's a thought.
Yeah.
And so I thought I'll just keep putting them together until I get done with these, and then I can start putting those two pieces together. So
yeah.
And then the third. I've got like this little stack of smaller pieces.
There's definitely enough in the layer cake that you could add another row for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Del Marie, I pressed all these to the darker fabric and they're pretty good and flat. I think they're all right without having to do it open.
La, la, la.
Oh my goodness. Elena is here. She said, I wish I could sew, but I'm still unpacking after moving and everything is a mess. I did do the drive from Washington to Florida and moving by myself with a 4-year-old and a dog and survived. It took 6 days to drive. I think I probably would have wanted to, I don't know, cry or something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Good on you. You deserve a cookie.
Or two.
Yeah. Or the whole pot.
2 cookies.
Yeah. Thanks, Melissa. Never heard of it. Hasn't hit Australia. Oh, Panera. Yeah. Panera's basically soups and salads, but they have breakfast too. They have like bagels and pastry and coffee.
Well, they have like sandwiches and like pizza now.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot they started making little pizzas. Yeah.
I don't think they're great personally, but that's just my opinion. They do have them.
I haven't tried them because they don't look that great. And I remember you telling me they weren't that great. And I like their soup so much that I always get the soup.
I wish they would start making the baked potato soup again. I asked every single time I'm there. I'm thinking that if people ask, they'll do it again. I don't know. It's pretty disappointing because it was really good.
Seely said 1 cookie, a whole sleeve. Yeah, you're right. She gets a whole box of cookies. Yeah, that soup sounds really good. They used to have one, and I know you don't like vegetables, so you wouldn't like this, but they used to have one, a wild mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely loved it, and I haven't seen it on their menu for a long time, so I don't know if it's just gone. I mean, it was one they only had in the winter usually anyway, but
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't have the baked potato all the time, but it was like it was on the one of the rotations, you know, like they have one that they'll put on a specific day of the week or whatever.
mhm.
I mean, I wish they had it all the time, but at least it would be like, you know, I don't remember, every Saturday or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then they just stopped having it at all. And I'm like, why? You know, that reminds me, I should just make it myself because I can make a really good baked potato soup.
There you go. Soup Nazi there, Yvette?
I'm just trying to get the soup back for all of us.
Yeah. Shelly said, when I'm done with this quilt top, I will have many quilt tops that need quilting. I can't quilt at all. Oh. Well, this one would be good stitch in the ditch because you could just stitch down these lines.
I could if I weren't so allergic.
Hey, Jill.
Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Jacqueline. Oh, this one, Kay? I know you love purple. Isn't that one pretty? This orchid purple? Ugh. That one and this blue are my two favorite colors out of this pack, but they're all pretty. A lot of people are talking about food. It's making me really hungry.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, yeah, I'm really hungry right now. I have like, well, wait, I'll just show you what I got.
Yeah. Oops.
Was that you?
Yeah, sorry. That's
Okay. No, it's all right. I was like, I didn't have that as a ringtone. So I was like, what was that coming from?
I didn't realize my phone was on. Let me turn it off. I'm gonna turn it on. There we go. Okay.
Steph.
Ooh, what kind are those?
Well, this is mega stuff.
Oh my goodness.
And then these, I found them, they're uh like caramel coffee of some kind.
Oh, the
It said
caramel
limited
mocha.
edition. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but it's something like that. And they do taste very coffee-like.
I saw those in the store, but I resisted and I wondered what they tasted like. I also
Oh,
saw hazelnut
I
ones.
had to get two because it was buy one, get one half or something.
Oh, okay.
So I
So you
had
had
to
to
get
get two.
two. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, you have to at that point.
If anybody's tried the Oreos with the hazelnut cream, let me know how
Oh,
those
they're
taste.
good. No, they're
Have
good.
you tried them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I saw those the other day and I love hazelnut, but I was like, I don't know. Angela wants to know when you leave for your next Judy Niemeyer retreat.
I don't have one booked.
You just have a local class, right?
I have a what?
A local class booked?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just a local class. I don't know when I'll go back. I'm sure I will someday. I don't know when.
Let's see. Linda said, "Oh, those are delish Oreos." Angela said, "Now I want your cookies."
I know I had them sitting over there. I kind of forgot I had them until we started talking about food, and I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
oh look."
Shelly Clark said, I made chocolate cookies, or I made cookies last night, added cocoa powder to the batter, and made chocolate chip. Oh.
Nice.
Tamala said, Yvette, have you tried the Oreo cake stirs?
I have not. I've never even heard of that.
I saw those yesterday when we went to grocery shopping. I didn't get them, of course, but they're soft baked Oreos. They're like,
Oh,
they look like whoopie pies, you know?
yeah.
Almost.
Huh.
Yeah. Have not tried them though. Let's see. Yvette, when you visited Nashville, were there any quilt shops? We are going at the end of the month.
I'll be honest, the only time I've ever gone to Nashville, I've been there twice. The first time was with the Fab Five.
Mhm.
And so there was nobody else quilted, nobody cared. And we were so tightly booked, there would have been no way for me to do that. And then the next time was with Stephanie and Christy, and we really didn't do anything quilty because Christy doesn't quilt, and so we didn't really. So here's the short answer: I don't know.
Well, I did
I
look
am
them
sure
up.
there must be, but
Yeah.
I've never been to any out there.
I
So
looked them up when we were going there, but none of them were like in shooting distance for us
oh, okay.
since we didn't, rent a car or anything.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I don't want to go out of the way since we would have had to take, an Uber or something way out of the way of anything that like Christy would have wanted to do.
Right.
So yeah, I know there are a couple. I just don't know anything about them, so I can't recommend one or anything.
Yeah, I would imagine there definitely are some out there.
Yeah.
I never looked and I've never been, so I can't really recommend anything either.
Now, if anybody goes to Gatlinburg area, I have a couple over there that I really like, but that's definitely not Nashville.
Shannon says her daughter is doing a cookie bar for her wedding instead of cake. That's great.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, you know what? Like if I were doing it all over again, which I ain't ever, just let y'all know. I would either do cookies or, to be quite honest, I would definitely consider either cupcakes or donuts too. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Because it's individual, and it's more like that way you could kind of have a couple different flavors and not get like totally full of sugar. But that's a great idea. I would totally do that.
Yeah, we knew somebody who did a cookie bar, and they had relatives like bake a dozen, or if they wanted to bring more. So they had so many different varieties. It was really neat.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Hang on. Have you seen Walmart has Girl Scout wannabe cookies? They are so good. We purchased the Thin Mint types and the peanut butter tagalongs. No, I didn't see that. Shannon says she tried the lemon Oreos, and those are really good. Oh. The fabric line I'm using is Seashore Dry from Sherry and Chelsea. It's a recent Moda line. You can still find it in shops. It's not sold out everywhere. I still have a little bit. And of course, I still have some project boxes with this line in it. Yeah, I love it. It's really pretty. Very
It is
summery.
really pretty. That was part of the reason why I was kind of thinking about making the quilt a little bit bigger, because I want to use more of it.
Yeah.
Just 30 squares, you know.
Yeah. Marla said, if you have a stripology ruler, it is quicker to cut all of the sashing pieces. Yes, that's true. Kelly Clarkson quilts and lives near Nashville, right? So there
She
has to be
does
good
not.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson does quilt. She does not live, she's got a home in Nashville, but she doesn't live there most of the time. Most of the time she lives in LA, but she does quilt, yes. She gave like judges on what's that is it, no, it's not America's Got Talent. The one where they turn the chairs.
Oh,
You know, the singing
yeah, I
competition. Oh,
watch
The
it all
Voice.
the time.
The Voice.
The Voice. That's it.
Yeah, she gave all the judges the one time, the one year she was on, all of them a quilt, and that's how I knew she was a quilter, because I was watching it and they showed her like giving quilts out to everybody.
That's it. I always thought that she would be like my best friend. Now I know it.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I think she has a home in Nashville, but I don't think she lives there most of the time. Pretty sure she lives out in California most of the time.
Melissa, I could totally eat like this one, like a regular Oreo in one bite, but these mega stuff, it's hard. They're really big.
Oh, have fun, Priscilla. She's going out to dinner.
Have fun.
Oh yeah, everybody's like The Voice. Yeah, you guys are right. Took me a minute to think.
Carla, I cut mine on my Acu quilt too.
Melissa said, I thought she lived in Nashville, which would drive up the quilt shop revenues. Yes, it would. The Voice, she is really down to earth. She seems like it. I mean, I don't know her personally, of course, you know. We only know what they show us, but she seems like she's a nice person. You know how they had Maureen McCormick do that fabric line? They should have Kelly do one. For Moda.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I don't know. I'd have to see quilts she made and see if I like her taste or not. I don't know what it was, but there was like the one that Maureen McCormick did. I really did like a couple of the prints, but the majority of them I didn't really like, because I'm not into that 70s vibe thing. And I think she was just trying to, I don't know, maybe that's really what she likes. Or maybe she was just thinking, oh, you know, everybody's going to be thinking, you know, Brady Bunch.
Brady
so
Bunch,
I better, you know, do that. I don't know, but
yeah, no, that line was very Brady Bunch.
It was very Brady Bunch. Yeah.
It didn't appeal to me that much either, just because I'm not into that kind of patterns or colors, but I thought it was cool that they had her do
Well, it
something.
definitely brought attention. You know, just her name brought attention, which is
Yeah.
good. I mean, you might as well
Yeah.
capitalize on your name. I sure would if I had it, you know. And there were definitely plenty of people who liked it.
Yeah. Melissa said, I remember an interview with Kelly Clarkson right after she won American Idol, and she said her first move was to secure her financial future. Well, I'm pretty sure she's done that.
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty cool, though. She had a level head like that.
I don't have a level head like that. It's terrible.
Gidget said, I made pizza in my Power Extra Large stuffed waffle maker. Okay.
Wow.
That
That
sounds
sounds
kind of yummy.
amaze balls.
Yeah. Our waffle maker died today.
Oh no.
Yeah, Sarah made us like she is so cute. Our daughter is so cute.
She really is.
She got up this morning and made us breakfast in bed. She made us waffles. And she made her dad and I a waffle, and then she made one for each of her siblings and then herself. And then she was going to make another round, and she comes up to us and she's like, "Can you come downstairs?" Because we were still like in bed. And we're like, "Why? What's going on?" And she's like, "I think the waffle maker died. It's not. It's like the one's been in there for a while and it's still liquid." We're like, "Oh no!"
It's still liquid.
Yeah.
We'll just drink our waffles today.
Yeah.
Round 2, liquid waffles.
Right. We've had it for quite a long time, though. It's moved to a couple different homes with us, so
Excellent.
it just might be time for a new one.
Yeah. Just gonna
But
warn
it
you
was sweet
ahead
of
of
her to
time.
get up. It was sweet of her to get up and make us waffles.
It was.
Oh, that's so nice, Marla. Thank you for doing that. She said she finished 4 blocks for the traveling quilt. That's the Donna Strunz's charity quilt thing.
Oh,
That's so
cool.
nice of you. Just
I think
ordered.
Colleen hollered duck.
What's that?
I don't know. I just smack in the middle of the chat. I see
Oh.
that Colleen said duck to
Oh.
Melissa. Don't know why.
She's smacking her with the wrench.
I don't know. It's possible.
Nancy said, I think waffles are what's for supper tonight since I don't have any cookies. It was very sweet of her to make us breakfast in bed, Gidget. She's a sweet kid like that. And like if it was our son, I would be like, what do you want? But with Sarah, she just does it. Like to be nice. Like 2 weeks ago, she was like, Mommy, I'm going to babysit the kids. You and Daddy go out for lunch. You need a break.
Wow.
I know. I was like, okay. Oh, you can definitely do it. The pattern's easy. Yep. I promise.
It's for Melissa.
Aw, Nina, that's sweet.
Now I can't talk.
Yeah, her daughter made her a box for Mother's Day that had, wait, brought it to me in bed with some pancakes she had made. Inside the box were 100+ paper hearts with reasons why she loved her.
Oh my
Aw.
God.
Last board to go and the baby quilt will be done. Awesome. I love an ice cream sandwich made with waffles. Oh, I've never had that before. That could be interesting.
Made with what?
Waffles. Like an ice cream in between waffles?
Melissa said she was teasing me, so she threw a wrench at her to tease her. So
Oh, gotcha. I figured they like to banter with each other, so.
I have to tell you, eating that entire Oreo, it's possible, but that was difficult.
Yeah.
That was bigger than I thought. I don't usually eat them all in one bite, but I knew I could. Teresa doesn't like Oreos.
All this talk of Oreos, my grandkids love them. I don't, sadly. Oh.
Hey, that's more for us. I'm fine with that.
I don't love them, but I will eat them every now and again. But
Oh my goodness, I love them.
the hazelnut one definitely is intriguing me because I love hazelnut anything.
But I
Shannon said,
don't buy them all the time. I mean, I don't
yeah.
want everybody thinking that all I do is sit here and eat Oreos. And I don't usually, if I get them, I don't get 2 boxes at once. But you just have to. When it's like buy one, get one half. I mean, hello.
Yeah.
It's like they're forcing you. They're like forcing your hand on that one.
Yeah.
Especially when there's like, 10 different flavors.
Have fun wedding planning, Shannon. That's fun. She said her daughter came by, so she's running to wedding
Nice.
plan. Nice. Yeah, I don't buy Oreos that often, because one, I don't love them, but two, when I do, the kids eat them all in like one day, and I'm like, dude, you guys can't eat that much sugar one day.
Yeah. They can be addictive.
I think they are to them because they literally eat a whole package in one day.
See, for me, like I had those 4, right?
Yeah.
I probably won't eat anymore for like a couple of days or so. And then usually what happens in my house is, first of all, I never tell Jim that I have them, because once he knows that I have them, I'll get maybe another couple after that. And then that's it. I won't get any more. And it's not like I want a whole bunch of cookies. It's just that I know he's like that. He can't stop eating the cookies. And so and then he'll be all mad at himself because he ate all the darn cookies. And so I'm like, well, that's why I don't tell you I even have them. So by the time you find them, hopefully I've eaten a few,
Yeah. So do you like the flavor of almond stuff?
Like marzipan?
Like any almond, like almond cookies, almond, yeah.
Yeah.
So I like Chinese almond cookies.
Okay.
And so does Keith. And so when I buy them, what I'll do is I'll open the package and I'll put a couple in a Ziploc bag and hide them down here. Because if I don't, like, literally, I'll go back and he'll be like, I don't like sugar. I don't like cookies. He's very, like, health conscious. But if I go look for them, they're gone. And I'm like, where's the cookies? And he's like, oh, those almond ones? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I might have had a couple. And they're all gone. I did that twice and I didn't even get one out of the package because I left them up there and he ate them. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just, when I bring them home, like put 2 down here. Then put them up there.
if it's something I really like, then I will do something like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, what I'll tend to do is I just don't tell him they're there. But he will eventually find them. I mean, he will,
Yeah.
because it's his house too. He can search the drawers and everything. He'll find them. But then at least I'll get a few. But it's like, I love also those Swiss cake rolls, the little Debbie
Oh yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
And now I can't eat one of those every day, right? But I like having them because sometimes I just want something soft and chocolate.
Yeah.
And so he knows how he is. So a lot of times when I buy stuff from myself, even if he eats like 90% of it, the last one he always leaves for me.
Okay.
Until like the other day, I go into the trash can and there was like my box of Swiss cake rolls. I mean, the empty box, not like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I wonder what happened to leaving Yvette the last one. But he loves those too. So yeah.
Yeah. Shelly said she likes the thin. She likes the cookie part better than the filling.
In Oreos?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Crystal said she hides snacks in her sewing room. She has to. Shelly said, my husband does that. Then he says we can buy more and I get none. Aw. Anne Marie said, I'm glad I'm not the only one who has to hide snacks to ensure I get any. Sometimes I just put my name on it with Sharpie marker, said Shelly. That seems to curb him. That doesn't stop my husband.
Yeah, that wouldn't stop my husband either. But I'm usually the one who will say to him, go ahead and have the last one because I know you want it, and I'll just go get more, kind of thing. But
yeah,
that's why I thought it was kind of funny that I saw the Swiss cake roll box in the trash can. I was like,
Well, the almond cookies are a big deal because they're from a local bakery and they only make them like once every great while.
Oh.
So that's why I get upset when he takes them. I'm like, I just wanted one.
Right.
You just ate a half a dozen cookies and didn't leave me one.
Yeah, I could see that. Jim says it takes me too long to eat things. That's why he ends up eating everything.
Okay. But he can still ask before he takes the last one. I don't know.
Well, like I said, he usually does. He just always eats the last one. That's why when I saw the box in the trash can, I was like, well, somebody was stressed or something.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't normally do that,
You're like, maybe he needed this more than I did.
Yeah, I think he needed it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but obviously he needed it.
Jacqueline said, wish they would individually wrapped. Can't eat both Swiss rolls.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? I definitely can eat 2 Swiss rolls.
See, I'm with Jacqueline. I can't either, but then there's usually a kid that will eat the other one.
Yeah, I can definitely eat 2 Swiss cake rolls for sure. I was like, they are individually wrapped. What are you doing? You get 2.
You get 2.
That's like whenever you go, I remember the first time, and I know this is going to sound crazy to y'all, but when I was growing up, we just never bought Pop-Tarts. Like, I don't know, in our family, we just never had them, and
either.
For whatever reason, right? And so when I met Jim, he ate lots of Pop-Tarts. Like, he loved Pop-Tarts. And so I would buy them, and then you would go to, you'd go in the pack, and I was like, well, wait a minute, there's not 6 in here, there's 3, or whatever. And he's like, no, there's 2 in the box. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but if you pack them together, that's 1. I mean, what am I supposed to open the pack, take 1 and leave 1 to get all nasty in there open? I'm like, no, that means it's 1. You count that as 3 or 6, whatever it was. I think it's a pack of 6, right? Anyway, and he's just like, well, I don't know. They just don't do it that way. I'm like, well, that's lying. That's lying. You have 3 in there or 6.
They misrepresented.
Oh,
That's funny.
I
Oreos
gotta
and milk
talk to people
equal a whole row gone, said Steph.
Oh, I wish I could still do the milk. I love milk. Milk does not love me back anymore.
It does not love me too. I can't have it.
I used to drink. I mean, like, I'm not kidding. I would go through, because Jim never drank milk. So I would drink at least a gallon of milk every week. I just love milk. I could sit there and instead of having anything else, I would have milk. But I mean, that's what we grew up drinking with dinner, especially at my dad's house. I always have milk. I can't even hardly keep it in the house anymore because I want to drink it and then I'll just be sick. So I just don't even buy it unless I'm cooking with it.
Yeah. Let's see. Marla said her daughter hides her Dove ice cream bars in the empty chicken nugget box is in the freezer. That's a good idea. Aw, thank you. Said Sarah is delightful. MJ said I used to hide chocolate and cookies in the vegetable drawer. Nobody ever found them. Good point. Kathleen Champ said, I don't like frosting either. I used to be a cake decorator. But she loves a fig Newton.
See, I ask, like, when we get cake now, I always ask for whipped cream frosting because I can't eat that sweet frosting. I can't.
Yeah, the buttercream. Yeah.
Yeah, the butter is too much.
It's heavy. I don't like it either.
And the whipped cream is so good. Like, I don't know if you've ever had it, but it is amazing on a cake.
No, because usually, like, we don't do cake unless it's like a kid's birthday or something. And then I just kind of scrape the icing off because I don't like icing.
Well, Jim is really good about that. He always gets me the whipped cream. I think he likes the whipped cream too. The only thing is you have to keep it in the fridge like the whole time because it will start to melt like in
okay. I probably would like that then. I don't like the heavy buttercream. It's ugh.
No, I really do think you would like it. It's not heavy at all. And in fact, it's very light. Because I actually, like, given the option, I would rather just have warm cake out of the oven, no icing, no nothing. I just like the warm cake.
Yeah. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like frosting.
But when I say that, people look at me like I'm a crazy person, especially.
I don't think you are because the kids, like, they're funny when we have like their birthdays. If they want cupcakes, I take all the frosting off and I just eat the cake and they look at me like, what's wrong with you? Because the cake is the good part.
No, it's not the good. But when I was a kid, though, I was like that. I just wanted to eat the icing. Oh, that's the best part. Blah blah blah. But I don't know. I don't like it anymore.
Yeah,
it's too much, and I like sweet stuff. I really do. But I don't know, something about icing. I don't really like it anymore.
Yeah,
it's just, I don't know.
Hey, Sarah. She said, hi, everyone. Just got home fixing spaghetti, then hiding in my sewing room.
Hello. Jelly Bean, don't play with that.
Somebody said, hi, Sarah. We've been talking about sweets for the last hour. Yep.
Jelly Bean thinks I'm playing a game with him on if he can catch all of the pieces coming up off the floor.
That's funny.
I kept thinking it was getting caught on something over there. No, it's Jelly Bean trying to grab them with his claw.
Yeah. Kathleen says she prefers ice cream to cake any day. Okay. I used to like sweeter stuff, but the last few years I've noticed that I actually prefer like a salty thing over something sweet.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Given the option, I would just have chips before I would have cake or anything.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, I'm almost out. Now I'm gonna have to cut more pieces. Nita said she loves a yellow cake with homemade chocolate frosting. Shelly said, yeah, I can eat way more potato chips than cake. Yes, you are my new best friend. I love potato chips. You take all the sugar away as long as you left my potato chips and I'd be happy.
So are we gonna have homework on this, or what are we gonna do?
If you want to do some more, you can, but if you don't, that's all right too. Because I think we'll just come back and sew more next week.
Okay. I'm gonna have to start prepping my stupid Judy Niemeyer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was gonna say you cut all your pieces and I didn't. So my homework for myself is gonna be to finish cutting everything.
Yeah,
So
I
that
need to cut some more of those. I'm gonna cut some more, you know, of the cream. I'll go find something downstairs that matches it and cut a few more in case I want to make it bigger.
Yeah. So that's my homework is I got to cut the rest, but then we'll just sew together.
Excellent.
Yeah. What is the color of the dark block behind me? This one right here, if that's the one you're talking about, that is Sherry and Chelsea's charcoal. Here, I'll just bring it closer.
The heck is he doing out there?
Jim?
Yeah.
No.
He said he was going outside to wash my car.
Oh.
I didn't really feel like it was very dirty, but that's okay. He can wash it if he wants.
I made a pistachio cake with pistachio pudding and dream whip for the frosting. Oh. That could be interesting. I do love pistachios. I don't think I've ever had pistachio cake though. Oh, how fun, Steph. She said, I take a Judy Niemeyer class next month. It's been rescheduled several times. Hopefully it's a go next month. Yeah, fingers crossed.
What are you doing?
Like which Judy Niemeyer? Yeah.
Yeah. Pattern, I guess.
You guys are talking about pistachio cake and stuff. When I was a kid, my grandfather used to love to eat pistachios, and I thought that pistachios only came in red because you guys remember when they used to dye them red. First time I saw a green one, I was like, "What's wrong with that one?"
What'd you do to it?
Right.
Or a real pistachio. What the heck?
Then I was like, "Oh, they're not supposed to be red." From the time I was real little, every Christmas he would always have a big old bowl of the red ones, and I was like, "That's all I thought pistachios came in."
Did it make his hands red or anything?
Yeah, yeah. It would make your hand all red when you ate them. And he would give them to us kids, and he would be like, "Don't touch anything. Wash your hands." Yeah. Because the red would come off. Yep.
Because I actually never ate pistachios until I was older, and they weren't
Oh, yeah.
red anymore. So I was just wondering about that.
Yeah. I wonder if you can find them red anymore. I don't even know.
I've never seen them lately red, so I don't really know.
Okay, well, I got 7 done. Now I got to cut more fabric. They sew up really, really fast if you've got all your fabric cut.
Yeah, so I have all my guys like
Yeah.
these. Oh, turn it the right way. Now I just gotta sew them together. And then I just have these left to all of the little creamy ones that I'm gonna do. And part of me, like, I was kind of thinking, oh, I wonder if I could just find like another like light color to go with the cream ones to kind of make them stand out a little. I wonder how that would do, you know. But then once you start having like the sashing and everything, I don't know how that would work. I don't know. Anyway.
Steph said she's working on sandstone spires.
Oh, okay.
Math Geek said, "Oh yeah, those dyes went everywhere." Yes. I remember when we were real little, he wouldn't even let us have any because he was like, "Nope, you're gonna get that everywhere." Then we got a little bit older, he shared. I think he really just didn't want to share because they were expensive. I like the pistachios with the salt on the shells.
Don't they still have the ones with the salt on the shells?
Yeah, you can either get them salted or unsalted. Yeah.
Okay.
Seely said, "I don't think they invented pistachios until about 20 years ago." Well,
they invented pistachios?
I don't know, but I don't think that's quite true just because I am well over 20 years old. I am rounding to 50.
And actually, I do know that they had pistachios when I was a kid.
I was going to say I'm rounding to 50, and my grandfather had them when I was a little girl. So, yeah.
Did somebody bring you a coffee?
No, I had that before we started, and I totally forgot about it. I moved my iron, and I'm like, "Oh, my coffee's there."
JB, just give me a minute, okay, baby? JB woke up and remembers that he hasn't had dinner yet. So now he's been reminded that, that's right. Now that I'm not sleeping, I'm starving.
I'm hungry. Well, we did say 7 o'clock, and I just realized since I finished that last one that it is 7:08. So
yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
So are you done, or you want to keep going?
No, we could stop.
All right.
There's a spot where I could stop.
Sounds good, because I think I just got a text from the husband with the kids at the park, and he's like, "They had fun, but they're ready to come home, so they're going to be hungry."
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been around for a very long time. Oh, the green ones. I mean, Celie said the green ones. Maybe, I don't know. I just know the red ones have been around since I was a little kid because I remember getting the red all over our fingers. So
Well, like, weren't they were always green. They just put the red stuff on them, right?
yeah, I think they just dyed them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Celie said she's joking, people. Okay. Okay, Celie.
Oh, because you know what? I was sitting here going, maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't listen. I don't
I
know
know. And I
anything.
thought, well, maybe I'm not remembering correctly.
Joy says they've been around for thousands of years.
Okay. Okay. He was joking, y'all. We just didn't understand.
It's a joke.
April Fool's Day.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway. All right,
Okay.
guys. Well, thank you for sewing along with us. This has been fun. Don't forget my beautiful sew along wraps up tomorrow, and to check out Yvette's channel Wednesday night. She goes live every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll have a UFO update again this week. And let me think what else. Next week, Sean is going to come on and show us how to sew up a block that he came up with. So look for the listing for next week's video. I'll have the fabric requirements there. And then when Sean goes off, we'll bring Yvette on and we'll keep sewing on the squared up pattern here. I think that's it.
Awesome.
So,
I'm just laughing at Miss Seeley going, the joke has been lost. Sorry to get everyone up in arms on the origins of the statue.
It's fine, Seeley. I just didn't get it, and I think maybe I might have
just need food, and then we would understand that it was a joke.
Yes. I think that's the issue.
Maybe I had too many Oreos.
Yeah, I think it's because we're hungry. We're not really like, yeah. Anyway,
we're gonna leave it there.
Thank you again to the moderators for the awesome job that you do. We really, really, truly appreciate it. We know that you come here and you give us your time for free, and it's very sweet of you, and you all do a wonderful job. So thank you again. And thank you, Yvette, for coming to sew with me again. It's so much fun.
I
know. Yay.
Thanks for sending me the box. I'm excited.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys. So we'll see you next week. If you want to sew this along with us after seeing it, you can grab the pattern. It's in the description box below. It goes right to Cotton and Joy, who is the writer of this pattern, their website. You can get a PDF download, or if you love the fabric that I'm sewing with, that is in my project box, and I have some of those left in my Etsy shop. That link is also down below in the description box. So grab one of those too, and
that's what I would recommend, because it's really beautiful fabric.
It's pretty. Yeah. Yes. All right, guys, have a good night. Thanks so much for coming. I'll see you sometime next week. Bye.